What's happening? This is the Tap In Podcast. We are live inside of the Tap In studio. Man, we got two special guests in the building. Floyd Sr, Schofield Sr, and Floyd Kid Austin Jr. What's going on, y'all?
How you doing?
Yeah, we're enjoying it.
Yeah, man. Thank y'all for coming to Dallas, man.
Okay, but we got to clear one thing.
Okay.
One announcement. It needs to be the greatest boxer of all time is here.
Okay.
Floyd Kid Austin Schofield.
Okay, correct me. The greatest boxer of all time.
That's right.
Floyd Kid Austin Schofield. What's going on, man?
So that sounds much better.
Okay. Check me, man. That's right. And I ain't going to start nothing with you, man. 'Cause I seen your stomach punches. The motherfuckers is vicious.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So, man, let's start here because the way I got introduced to you is from Freeway Rick. You know what I mean? He came on the show and he was like, man, I got this awesome kid from Austin that's knocking people out. And I was like, who? He was like, Kid Austin. You need to check him out. Soon as we got done, I looked at it. I was like, damn, okay. I was like, he's the truth. So what I want to start with, Pops.
Yes.
What made you decide, like, you know what, I'm going to give Rick a shot?
Oh, Rick, because Rick manifested in the universe. I seen him on an interview saying, I'm going to have the boxer that make more money than Floyd and break Floyd records. But that was our affirmations and our goal from the beginning. Like every day he talk about he's the greatest boxer of all time. He's going to be a billionaire. So it's like if the universe say, okay, this guy's supposed to be there to help y'all get over that bridge. So, and then Rick got a great business mind. Mm-hmm. He got a great business mind. And you can't go wrong having an advisor in your ear to tell you to take certain steps.
Yeah.
So that's why I grabbed Rick.
Yeah. And he said you seen him from I don't even want to talk about the interview, but the other guy.
Yeah, it was the other guy interview.
I don't even want to talk about him. Okay, so how long you been boxing, man?
I've been in the gym since I was 2. I've been fighting since I was 8.
Really?
Yeah.
And what attracted you to boxing?
Mm-hmm.
That's all he know.
Really?
He been in the boxing gym since he was 2.
Did you box?
Yes, I boxed. My father boxed. He a third generation fighter.
Ah.
But I messed mine up, so I make sure he stay focused.
Got you. And I see that y'all got another little one coming behind you.
Who, Mikey?
Yeah.
Nah, Mikey ain't boxing. His little brother, all of them know how to fight, but Mikey ain't boxing.
He not a boxer. Okay.
He a fighter, but he not a boxer.
Nah, you shouldn't have said that. Now he don't have a
Man, so you've been boxing since you was 8, and were you just doing like little tournaments like at clubs, or where did it start? How did it start?
Oh, it started in the living room, just standing there hours, just practicing on one thing and, practicing another thing the next day. And I believe we moved to Atlanta from Griffin, and that's where I had my first amateur fight at. And, once I got that adrenaline rush, like it felt good being able to hit somebody and actually win something. So I believe that's what made me stick with it, because the fact that I knew I was going to be great at something.
Okay. Now, you're professional. You 3-0 right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many amateur fights did you have?
164 and 18 losses.
What?
Yeah, he been doing it. He done put in his groundwork. He built his foundation.
164.
164 fights. And he's still maturing. He's still growing. He's still a baby. He's 18 years old. So he got so much growing still to do. But it's amazing. I hope the fans tune in and watch him because it's something.
Yeah. Were you fighting with every day or something? How do you have that many fights?
I was fighting mostly every week as a little kid, but as I got as a teenager, it started getting I just started slowing down because we didn't need to keep that pace because I was already over 100 fights by 13 years old. So we just slowed down and decided to go pro. So we just left the amateurs.
Okay. Now, is it who's making the decisions on how many fights he have? Is that
me?
You?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the? Because I know right now I seen on interview you was doing where you saying he gonna fight once every single month this year.
Yeah.
Is that to just keep his skills sharp, or just to boost his record, or what's the mind behind that?
That's for his learning. He got to go through the process of fighting these fighters in a professional manner, all different styles, because to claim you're the greatest boxer of all time and to live out that, you have to put in that work. So that's why we're trying to keep him consistent while he's young and his brain is developing, so he can learn all that.
Got you.
And plus, he not getting. If you've seen his fights, he's stopping everybody in the first round.
I know he ain't really getting no work.
Right, it's hard for me. His next fight, the guy got over 40 fights that we fighting in the next fight. Because I'm trying to see if that would be challenging for him. I'm still waiting to see.
It's not.
Man, because I seen the Instagram video when you punched dude in the stomach and he went down. The funny part for me is when he started yelling at the audience, saying, "What y'all laughing at? Like, nigga, you just got punched in the stomach."
Yeah, anger management problems.
Yeah,
And he looked like a grown ass man too. Was he grown or?
He was about 28.
Yeah, everybody he fight is 28 to 30. No young ones.
Golly. Now, are you training anybody else, or this is your only fighter? The only.
My homeboys.
That's it.
He's my main one, but I got other fighters I train, but they not on the level. Like, they just coming in camp, so I still got a lot of work to do with them. Him, I've been training since he was born. So.
Yeah. Now, tell me, golly, man, because I be wanting to box, but I don't want to get hit. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. What kind of mindset do you got to have to either get in the boxing ring?
That I feel like you just got to take in, like, win, lose, or draw. You're going to get hit either way. So it's either you going to go in and give your best, all you can give, or you might as well not get in the ring at all, because, you know, there's a big percentage that you're going to get, you know, rocked in that fight. So you just got to go on the mindset. It's a war, you know. Whatever happens, but I'm coming out all right.
Yeah. Because I know I hear, like, football players. I used to play basketball. I heard football players, like, they got to go into, like, a whole different mindset to even play the game. And I'm just like, that's crazy. And I feel like the boxings, when they walk into the ring, they get put in that same mindset where it's like, I'm about to kill this dude. You know what I mean? And for me, I'd be scared of my own aggression. You know what I'm saying? I'd be scared of my own aggression because I'm like, I don't know when I'm going to be able to turn it off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Turn it off after you get out that ring. You better keep it on the whole time you're in that ring. That person trying to kill you.
Yeah.
You go in there, your objective is to try to kill that person, to hurt him as fast as possible to get out of that ring. There's not a game in there.
Yeah. And I know when Rick was here, he said his whole objective for you is for you to not fight. Like, right. You know what I'm saying? He said he wants you to have as least fights as possible, but make you the most money. Are you cool with that, or would you rather you just still want to fight, or you just love fighting that much?
I mean, it's what, you know, my team decides for me. If they decide that I made enough money and I should retire, then I gotta retire. I mean, I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna probably still be in the gym sparring, but if they don't want me fighting, then I'm not gonna fight, because you know, I'll be young and I'll have a lot of time to spend with my family, probably have kids. So I think I'll be retired by at least latest 32.
Really?
Yeah.
When did Floyd Mayweather? When did he retire? How old was he? Do you remember? Do you know?
I have no idea.
His first retirement.
He done retired a couple of times.
Yeah, I know.
His first retirement, I believe he was in his 30s, about 34 maybe, 33.
Okay, and that's when he was 49-0 at that point, right? And then he came back to do this last one was 50, right?
But Floyd was on a whole different mission. Floyd just wanted to stay undefeated. So, you know, he at 50 fights or however many fights, we not on that path. He's more old school. We want to fight. We want to prove to ourselves that he's the greatest, that he can live up to that. So we trying to fight. We going to have more than 50 fights way before we retire.
For all we know, I might bring the 15 rounds back.
Really?
Maybe.
15 rounds?
Nah, but, no, but for real, we want to fight. We want a lot of fights.
Yeah. How much time do you spend, like, training? Like, hours?
All day.
Yeah.
Really?
All day till like nighttime.
Yeah, 8:30 he get to play the game until 10:30 when he go to bed. But we got 3 workouts, and we also he got to do his mental work, his meditations, affirmations. Then he got to study old classic boxing. So his whole life been boxing.
See who that is? See who that is? I'm not expecting no company. Y'all expecting somebody? Y'all got somebody with y'all? Okay. Okay. All right. Now, what happened with I seen you going in on Bill Haney, man. What happened with that?
Oh, Bill Haney lost his damn mind. That's what happened with that. I went on a podcast that be bashing Devin. So I'm up there talking good about Devin and saying how much we learned from him.
We can't just say he was bashing Devin at first.
No, I'm not saying he was bashing Devin, but this is a thing that be kind of hard on Devin sometimes.
They tell the truth.
So I'm sitting there trying to defend Devin and doing my best, being honest. And then a couple of minutes later, Bill come on just making up lies. Talk about Devin stopped Kid Austin in 1 round and this. So I didn't understand his angle, one, why he lying about it, and also why you attacking an ally that's up here talking good about your son. Like, yo, and, you know, so it's two sides to me. One side took it the Brooklyn street way, like he's trying to mess up our brand, and you know you want to take it personal. But then the other side of me, the more mature side, is like, this is a blessing in disguise. Just him acknowledging you now brought eyes to y'all. So I decided to go with the logical side, and we offered Devin $1 million in a 6-round exhibition to see if he could live out what his dad say. Because we know he going to stop Devin. We know that. So let's see if they take the fight or they going to run. You going to see my new shirts, Run, Devin, Run.
Okay.
I'm going to be rocking those.
Okay.
Because Devin going to take off. But I like Devin. He's a talented fighter, but his dad did some bull crap. And his dad owed me an apology. Until he gave me an apology, I'm going to ride their ass, no homo. But I'm going to ride them all the way through because we want that fight.
Now, what weight class is Devin?
135.
135.
And that's what you fight at?
No, we fight at 130. We taking all the risks. We coming up to his weight class.
I probably walk around bigger than him.
Really?
Anyway, yeah.
So we're gonna see. They probably not gonna take the fight, but they're gonna have to fight us sooner or later.
They're gonna have to fight me sooner or later, and like
they're gonna have them belts. They're gonna have to fight us.
I said he has a better chance of fighting me now than 2 years, and that now is very slim. It's about like 99%.
But we respect Devin.
Yeah, we don't got no problem with Devin. We just can't go beat up the dad.
Right.
So that's the only route.
Yeah. Hell. I would love to hear like what made him go after.
I would love to hear that too.
Yeah, that's crazy. Now, you say you fight at 130. What's the weight class? Because I don't know. Like it's to me, it feel like it's a bunch of different weight classes. What's the different weight classes?
130, 135,
135, 140, 147, 154, and then
after that is heavyweight.
No,
it's more them little classes.
Really?
Keep going.
Middleweight, I think 164. Then light heavyweight.
Who right now at 130 holds the belt?
Jamel Herring.
Does Shakur got a belt?
He don't got a belt, but he gonna take all of them. Jamel Herring is the only one I know, and he old, so
it's wide open. Those are our belts. They just holding.
Oh, Joseph Diaz, but he didn't
make weight.
He didn't make weight,
so he lost his belt.
So it's vacant, the IBF, and I don't know who got the other ones. I believe Tank got the WBA because he fought Leo Santa Cruz.
Yeah, and would you have to fight Tank, or do he just get his belt up? Because
how business is. You know how it works. If we over there with Al, we might fight Tank and them. If we over here with the Zone, we might fight somebody else. It's crazy how boxing is these days.
Yeah.
So we don't know. And then they run so much, everybody picking and choosing. It's not like in back when we was growing up where a person make it into the top 10 and he have his chance to fight for the title because he made it all the way up to number 1. It's not like that. People fight in number 50. Yeah. So we don't know if we're going to fight Tank, but we coming to get our belts.
Tank is a monster too, man.
Yeah, we was in camp with Tank. Tank is really good. I give it to them, but you know we gotta feed our family. That's
right, man. God dang, that boxing game it's different. You know what I'm saying? Do you guys have your own like what is it called? Your own promotion company?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the name of that?
Team Us Unlimited LLC is his promotion company. And we about to start his network where everybody could watch his fight streaming. We're going to bring it direct to the consumer so they could just watch it. So no network could dictate to us when we could fight, how much we could fight, the dates we could fight. So we keeping it 100% in house through his promotion company.
That's dope, man. Yeah, that's where the real money at. You know what I'm saying? That's dope. Now I know you got a fight coming up. This is like fight week for you.
Yeah.
Who you fighting? You don't even know. You don't even know.
His name is Michael Fowler, I think.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
And this is the guy that got 40 fights?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's a step up.
Okay. Now, y'all fighting in Atlanta, right? April 3rd?
Yeah.
How can people watch that?
Fly out to Atlanta.
That's the only way? That's the only way?
Nah, I believe I got a link on my website.
Yeah, we're gonna stream it.
And I'm gonna put a link on my Instagram story.
And Facebook.
People could buy tickets or watch the stream.
Okay, y'all got a paywall behind it, right?
This one that's streaming, we just giving it out for free.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Man, because I was watching your last fight that was on Telemundo.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I put that channel on Telemundo for like 2 hours, listened to all the Spanish shows that came on before, and then they only showed the one fight, and I was like, what the fuck is this, man?
We was actually waiting.
We was at a bar waiting.
Yeah, we was at a bar, and they showed the one fight. And we just talking the fight like, dang, how this the main event? How they fighting for a title?
Yeah.
And then we just see one more fight after that, so we think, okay, they going backwards, and then they don't get to my fight. I'm like, that is whack.
Yeah.
Nah, they ran out
I
of
should have
time.
been the headliner on that card because, I mean, no disrespect to those fighters, but I should have been fighting for that title.
Yeah, and your fight only lasted one round, so they could have put it, you know what I'm saying?
Even if they didn't have enough time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, they use him to excite the crowd because they know that they're going to get a knockout from him. Like, they gave us a bunch of dates, so we're going to still be fighting on Telemundo, but they know he's going to liven up the crowd from the beginning. And I think, though, his walkout music, they didn't clear the licensing. So, you know, when it come to TV, it's certain things that's in play.
Dang, I forgot about. Do you have a certain knockout that you was like, yeah, this is my favorite?
No, not recorded because it was in sparring. But I remember I had one of my Spanish friends. His name is Gmo, because I know he probably wanted to shout out. But he was telling me that the coach was like talking smack in Spanish to his like little Cuban fighter, and you know I'm like, okay. So my dad told me to just keep boxing. So I'm like, So I go inside, and you know, he kind of catch me a little because that's his game. So I remember, I don't know, I can't remember what I did. It was so long ago. I just like slipped a punch and came back with a left hook, and he just like spent around and fell. And that was probably one of my favorite knockouts. You know, I was souped up off of that one.
Oh, what's his name? Gmo?
Gmo, yeah. Gabriel Morales.
His first and last. I don't know if you want to shout out about getting knocked out.
No, that's my boy. That's the one who translated the coaches.
Oh, okay.
I ain't gonna shout out the one I knocked out.
Oh, okay. Wrong. Oh, okay. So he was just telling you like, hey, they talking junk about you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, bet.
I don't know why he did that.
Yeah. God, man. I'd like, as far as like boxing, I know you want to go from getting all your titles and, you know what I mean? Like, and because I'm trying to see, because I know you said that you want to win all the titles, right?
In 4 divisions.
In 4 divisions.
And multiple more.
You want more down than 4?
More.
Okay. Okay, explain that to me. What is? Explain the divisions.
I'm starting at 130, and I'm gonna be undisputed all the way until I retire. And I believe, cause it should only take me a year to clear out the whole division. If I'm fighting every month, I should be getting those belts like easy. But I think I'll end my career like 164.
The 164 fights or
164 pounds.
His mother like 230 pounds, 6'3". We don't know where he gonna stop growing.
And
really?
I believe I'm gonna be undisputed in every single one I get to. I won't stop trying till I get that.
I don't see who gonna be his competition.
Unless I get his height, then I might have to,
Brother, you already
bump
passed my height. Don't even do me like that on camera.
Man, and Pops, you from Brooklyn, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. There's is there such thing like in boxing where you collaborate like with promotions? Because I know what's the name? 50 got a boxing promotion company too. Will you guys partner with 50?
We partner with all companies. We we businessmen. So if it makes sense business wise, yeah, let's make money together.
Besides boxing, the actual fighting, like business, can you explain the business side to us?
The business, what, the merchandising part, like his image is a business.
Okay.
So then you talk about his merch. Then you talk, he's on 4 commercials already. And
Yeah.
Stuff. So, you know, he's the business. Once he become a celebrity and as he grow, it's just more money involved. But you could utilize every aspect of an athlete for business, from the clothes they wear, the products they put on their face, the sneakers they wear. All of them, the people pay you. What you drink, the water you holding in your hand, that's a commercial. These people are supposed to pay you. The car you driving, just a lot of people, like Rick say, leave a lot of money on the table. They don't understand that. Then the other business part, as far as boxing go, the door, the concession stand, the merchandise being sold there, the licensing. A lot of boxers don't understand business. So they be happy making, you know, $500,000, but y'all just left like $20 million, you know. So the business aspect, we ready for it, and we partner with any company that if it makes sense.
Okay, so I didn't know they get the concession stand and the door. The boxers get all of that?
No, you got to be a promoter. A lot of boxers that sign the promoters, they not forming themselves into the business, being a promotion company themselves, signing themselves to their company. Then they could go in there and do a joint venture with this promotion company, like how Haney did with the Zone, where now he's eating off the back end also, because it was a promotion company doing deal with another promotion company, opposed to Joe the Boxer doing business.
And he did it with Showtime too.
Right.
Because I always thought that on the business side that, and the only motto I got for business is what Floyd Mayweather did. You know what I mean? In the boxing world, where he partnered with Showtime to only fight on Showtime. You know what I mean? And they paid him a bunch of money. And I thought it was like almost like a TV deal, like doing a movie. Like, this studio is going to hire you and this network is going to hire you to only fight on there, and that's how you make your money. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's
but no, it's deeper, because who owned the copyright of that footage? Who's licensing that footage to be replayed each time it's aired? Who's getting a check? That's where a lot of boxers leaving it on the table. They not. It's like a rapper. They not owning their masters. They giving up their masters, so they losing all their publishing. So it's the same aspect. It's a different sport, but it's the same aspect. Somebody gonna be replaying those films. Somebody gonna do documentaries. All this, all is the boxer gonna eat later on in life when they retire, or are they gonna leave it all to Showtime and to the unboxing promoter?
okay. Yeah. See, that's some good advice or good game that you putting out there, because I know it's probably some young boxers that's gonna watch this, and people like, because I didn't even know that side of the business. You know what I mean? And that's where more people, I feel like, need to be educated on the business side, because it's not. Go ahead.
I don't know. We gotta edit that out.
Why we
That was
giving it
too
too
many
much game?
secrets.
We giving it too much game.
No, but that's dope. How did you get the Ford? I seen you got 2 Ford commercials, right?
Oh yeah, that's interesting.
Ford truck, matter of fact. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just in the gym training. You know, I didn't think they was gonna come up to me, so I'm training, and some guy with a camera just starts taking photos of me in the gym, and he comes up to my dad and me, and he's like, "You wanna be in a Ford commercial?" And I didn't catch what he said. I thought he said Vogue, like Vogue magazine. I was like, "Yeah, I do." And then when my dad told me it was Ford, I'm like, "Oh." And then, but once I got to the, you know, filming and everything, the experience was cool, and you know, it was just funny just having somebody walk up to you, you know, you didn't know who they was, and they had the power to put you in a Ford commercial. It was pretty neat.
Yeah, that's dope, man. And they shot it in your gym in Austin?
Yeah, they shot it in the gym.
That's dope,
They
man.
said they was looking for him, that they somehow they heard about him and they sent a scout out to find the gym, to find him, and they asked him to
They
do a
actually
commercial.
found me.
And let
Really?
me tell y'all, commercial money is amazing.
Yes, talk about
The
that.
checks you get
Talk
each month
about
is
that.
amazing. I need to be getting on commercials, y'all. What are y'all doing? Y'all the brand. But like literally, not too much, but one check a month is like $30,000 for when they airing it. So that's the type of money y'all leaving on the table. Y'all worrying about just these fight purses. What happened when you're not fighting? You could be making money.
Yeah, man. It's a lot of money that's left on the table then.
Yeah.
When you think about it, when you put it like that, it's a bunch of money.
Yes.
God damn.
Now we gotta stop talking about that. We don't want to get promotion companies upset with us.
Okay.
You giving the secrets.
Okay. Let me ask y'all this, because this is something new, like, that's going on. UFC fighters are now starting to do boxing. What y'all feel about that?
I love it. I love it. They bringing new eyes on boxing. I love
true.
the YouTubers that's boxing. They bringing millions of eyes. Now the question is, what is the boxers doing? They done brought the attention there. Now y'all need to step up and start using y'all social medias and things like that and copy the game plan they showed y'all. Like, come on, this one YouTuber, what is his name, made more millions than a boxer, and he was
the Jake Paul dude.
Yeah, and he was the main event on a boxing match.
I believe if you're gonna fight somebody for money, you better fight a YouTuber, because a UFC fighter can still know how to throw their hands a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying, if you get like a good UFC fighter, like you seen Conor was keeping up with Floyd.
When?
I didn't think he was
Floyd
keeping
was
that.
carrying Conor.
Yeah.
Floyd was carrying him.
Yeah, I don't think he was keeping up.
You know, Floyd got an ego and don't like getting hit on. He was not carrying no Conor. Conor just didn't have because he used to go on 5 rounds. He thought it was going to be easy. So
this is the debates we go through at home.
See, and here's my take on that. I feel like Floyd wanted to make it interesting, so he didn't go to his regular, you know what I mean, and just stick. He just kind of like, I ain't never seen Floyd in his later age just walk through a fighter like this.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
flat-footed.
Yeah.
But Floyd, if y'all really look at him, he don't really fight southpaws. So I doubt he'd be in the gym sparring southpaws. So he was probably uncomfortable at first.
He fought Manny Pacquiao.
But Conor still know how to throw his hand. Manny Pacquiao is short and got the reach of a mouse.
We love you, Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, we still love you.
Not listening.
But, like, I'm just saying, I feel like he was uncomfortable. Conor was keeping up. But Floyd still executed what he had to do.
Yeah, see, I think Floyd just wanted to make it interesting. You know what I mean? It's a lot of money on the table, so Floyd wasn't trying to get him out, you know what I mean, in the first couple of rounds. I feel like he was just like, all right, let me just play with him. And then I seen Conor hitting him with, like, this part. I'm like, what the? I ain't a boxer, but I know this part of your glove is not going to hurt nobody. You know what I mean?
Most MMA fighters, their hand game isn't up to par, because they got other weapons that they could use. But when you go on boxing, all you could use is your hands.
Right.
So they can't compete with a boxer that all he trained is those weapons, his hands.
Yeah. Yeah. And I say, I don't think Floyd should be fighting Jake Paul or Logan Paul. I don't think Floyd should be. Because, man, like, Floyd has built up a brand, you know what I mean? And if Logan get lucky and even stumble Floyd, I feel like it'll tarnish his brand a little bit.
Floyd don't care about that brand. Floyd care about money right now. Floyd don't give a damn about his brand.
But ain't his brand the money? And
I agree with you though. That would suck to have your first loss to a Logan Paul.
And
how is it a little loss if you make it $400 million?
I mean, it ain't a loss because you're gonna go home happy. But I'm saying, if you get
Logan Paul don't stand a chance.
Logan Paul big.
He don't stand a chance.
Yeah, he big.
I bet you he don't carry him like he did Conor McGregor.
Oh, no.
That's true.
It's gonna be a boxing match.
Yeah,
now.
Floyd gonna be moving around. And Floyd is how old? How old is Floyd now?
Too old to be boxing.
42, 43.
Yeah, like
maybe older.
Them legs ain't the same, man. Them legs ain't the same.
But I think Floyd is adapting. Like, Floyd have a way of surviving generations, so he changed with the generation. So I think he's just changing to stay relevant by going to fighting these YouTubers and things like that, reaching this younger crowd, and that help him push his new fighters that he signed and things like that. So I think that's how he stayed relevant.
Yeah, and I think Floyd loves the limelight. You know what I mean? No matter how he got to get it, he loves the limelight, and YouTube is big. You know what I mean? Yeah. Especially Logan Paul, like they are big. So, yeah.
The only other big one is Ryan Garcia, and he's too light for Floyd. That's the only big social media one.
Oh, okay. That's in the boxing world?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's a lot of like, it's a bunch of fighters. Like, I remember growing up, like, I knew there was Sugar Ray, I knew it was Marvin Hagler, like in the lighter weight. Like the heavyweight, everybody always knew. But I feel like now there's nobody like really that stands out in the lighter class besides
Shakur Stevenson
Floyd Schofield.
and Kid Austin, Schofield.
Yeah.
I believe
think
we're the only two.
Yeah, because everybody else scared. Not everybody else. Let me stop.
They
I don't
just
wanna
don't
mess
Nah,
it up.
everybody else.
But a lot of people don't want. It seems like they don't want greatness. They don't want to challenge themselves. They worry. They're in the Floyd era where they worrying about an O on their record, opposed to taking that risk.
Right.
Because if you don't care about an O, you take a risk. You want to be great. All
Yeah.
great fighters have losses that made it in the Hall of Fame or that we consider great. But in this generation, they living in that Floyd Mayweather area isn't real. It isn't real in boxing.
Yeah.
Because if you're fighting great fighters, there's a chance you might lose.
Yeah, and I'm like, if you go in there and have a war like Arturo Gatti and Ward, there's nobody lost that fight, and the fans, they didn't care who won or lost that fight. It was just a great fight. So you take that risk, you might get, more of a reward than the winner gets, because you gave your all in that ring and you left your heart in there.
And then more people will pay to see somebody that go in there and give they all, and it's a battle. Like I think that's where, on the purse side, where you can make more money. Because once people see like a real good fight, they're like, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna pay to see the next one. You know what I mean?
And it's still business. The boxing is the product. If you're giving the people a good product, they're going to continue to buy the product because they're going to know he's going to perform. They know what they're getting. Now, if you one day you're doing good, next day you half-ass, nobody want to keep investing in that. So we take this serious when we get in that ring, and we're going to keep giving the best product that we could give.
Yeah. So, Kid Austin, who is somebody that they recognized you, that you were surprised to be like, damn, you know who I am?
Shakur Stevenson.
Really?
Because I grew up in the amateurs, and I always wanted to take a picture of him. He always there supporting me, and I went to the gym down in Houston, J Prince Boxing Gym, and I'm just shadow boxing and stuff, and then he just come in. He like, I remember you. I'm like, dang. I was like 9 years old, 10 years old, and I look different, so it's like he remembered me. So that felt good, hearing that from a world champion, Also, Adrian Broner too. That was pretty neat. James Kirkland, yeah.
And all the others.
Yeah, I like Broner. Broner is funny to me. I think he's funny to me.
Broner is, when the cameras is off, he's a whole different person. He's a good dude.
He's super humble.
Really?
Right. He's a good dude. I think his downfalls is the people that be around him, because he's got such a good heart to help everybody.
Yeah.
And I think some people take advantage of that. But when the cameras come on, he a character. Yeah. He's a character.
That's his selling point. Yeah.
For real.
Yeah. What's some of the best advice you got?
For who? For kids? Boxers?
No, I'm saying that you received that from other boxers. Cause I seen Oscar De La Hoya reached out to you on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's one of the best advice so far that you've got?
Probably from Shakur, cause after the sparring, he was like, "You got something. Just stay focused and give your all in the ring when you go in that ring, and nobody gonna beat you." So that was probably the best, cause I got to spar him, and he thought. He knows I'm gonna be something, so that felt good. That was some good advice. And also Adrian Broner got the video, him pushing me around, telling me fighters always ain't gonna fight clean, but once they start fighting, it's a fight. So those are probably the best things somebody ever said to me as a champion.
Devin gave you some good feedback too. Although we want to fight Devin, he did give some good.
We
feedback.
didn't give him no acknowledgement.
Damn, Devin, you just taking. Devin is just getting.
But he
the
did
buzz
too.
under.
I ain't gonna lie,
Yeah, Devin a good dude. It was his dad.
Yeah, he was giving me some pointers and tips after we sparred, so that was good.
Yeah, I want to see this. I want to see this Devin Haney fight with you, man. I want to see
that
it.
fight too.
Me too.
I want to see it.
Devin last 3 rounds.
I
want to see that.
And if you do, he leaving that ring lumped up.
Yeah, Devin not
In a humble way though.
Yeah, we gotta stay humble. But I think Devin right now is real good with the style he used. But we understand that style. We fought that style. We know the flaws to that style. Every style, it's 5 styles of boxing, and every style got a counter style. Now, Devin used an archer style. I'm not going to break it down because I don't want to mess up his brand.
Okay.
But we know that style. So we would destroy that style. And Devin know that. We cracked him. We
And
cracked
him
Devin.
using
And
that archer style, he ran into my right hand.
Right. And he got a little buckled and stuff like that. And so he started fighting dirty, hitting with low blows, hitting Floyd with direct nut shots and things like that. But Devin is talented as long as Devin could pick his opponents. Devin not going to fight Shakur because they know Shakur will pick that style. Or
Teofimo.
They're not going to try to fight him. They might try to fight Teofimo because Teofimo don't really know how to fight that style. But that's what it come down to. Styles make fights, and some of these smart coaches would avoid other fighters because they know their fighter will lose.
What's the other kid? Dang, I can't remember his name. The one from Dallas that got into that car wreck.
Errol Spence.
Yeah. What weight class is he?
147.
Okay. Errol Spence is nice.
But he getting old.
He?
They the old ones. They about to go on out of there. Yeah, give him a couple more years. He gonna move up now. Because they getting older. They getting it toward their 30s and their
Crawford.
30s. Right.
He's supposed to fight Crawford?
I want him to fight Crawford.
Really?
He would never fight Crawford.
Why? Why you say you never will?
I love Texas, so I ain't gonna. We gotta rep Texas.
No, I would go for Errol Spence anyway, but I just want to see that fight. That's a great fight.
He can't beat Crawford. His style couldn't beat Crawford. His style can't beat Crawford.
You're supposed to keep that politically.
That was. I'm talking from a coach's standpoint.
He in Dallas.
Right, but I'm coach's standpoint. I don't think Errol Spence style, his boxer puncher style, is going to be able to beat Crawford, who's a switch fighter like a haggler. You got that same example in a Tommy Hearns fight. It's just not going to work because once he switched that angle on Earl, he opened Earl up to his hard shots. So it's hard trying to play chess against somebody who could utilize all the angles. That's why I don't think they will ever have that fight.
I'm sorry, you're going to have a bunch of Errol fans outside of your door soon.
They not coming outside my damn door. I'm still from Brooklyn.
Yeah. I was talking about him.
Okay. Nah, they don't know. Hopefully they don't know who we at. But yeah, I just like to see good fights. You know what I'm saying? I just like to see good like brawls. You know what I mean? But I know for the boxer, I don't know if that's always a good thing. But I like seeing good fights. Like on the heavyweight division, dang, I'm forgetting all these guys' names. The one that just got knocked out by the Australian, I think he was Australian or Irish.
Deontay Wilder?
Yeah, Deontay Wilder. I like Deontay, but I feel like
he didn't get knocked out by him.
He got knocked out.
He didn't get knocked out. His coach stopped the fight.
He was wobbly though, man. He was going to.
Let me put y'all on some game there. Y'all already know that guy cheated now. Come on. The thing
Did
is,
he cheat?
A lot of people don't understand.
Here you go with the conspiracy.
No, it's not a conspiracy. But you got to understand their style of fighting. Like if you study documentaries on them, on Tyson Fury and them, they street fighters. And that's their culture. Like they reward themselves for having bar fights and street fights, and they learn a lot of dirty tricks. I don't care what nobody say. If a glove flying backwards, there ain't no way your damn hand is in there. So I mean, people act like they can't see it, but that's just their style of fighting. They dirty, and like putting his weight on Donte Wilder, he outsmarted him. He showed him tricks he didn't know with that heavy weight on him and then all this roughing up and weakening his legs, but he still cheated, hitting with the inside of the glove. It's a rule. You can't hit with the inside of your glove.
Yeah.
That probably hurt more, too.
Yeah, it hurts more if they got their knuckles in where there's no cushion at. You basically fighting bare knuckle. But that's a trick they know. They wouldn't do that to us because I would have studied the opponent and understand their culture before we got in that ring.
Yeah, I just think he need to move around more, man. Like
Donte?
Yeah.
He started late. He'll never get like a classic boxer. He did what he had to do for his daughter.
I just think he need more trainers, better trainers.
It ain't that much training in this world.
I mean, it's a little bit because he's unpolished. Like, they could polish him up some more.
So then when you run into a Tyson Fury who been doing it since he was 8 years old.
I mean, but Tyson Fury is a freak of nature. He like an Ali in some type of form. That's different. You know, he's a different
I don't know.
type
You
of
don't want
heavyweight.
to put him on the Ali level.
He just talking about a heavyweight that
Yeah,
can
like
move
heavyweight
their
that
feet.
can move. I'm not saying he was good.
Okay.
I'm saying, like, you know, heavyweight that big who can move around and, you know, stick his jab and just get out of there.
Yeah.
Right.
So how long would it? You say you don't. It ain't that much training.
No.
How long it take him to get on his toes and move around? Like how much training will he need for that?
The reason he can't get it is because his frontal cortex is developed already. His full brain is developed. As a kid is growing up, it's not developed today in their 20s. So while they learning all this stuff, their subconscious is picking it up. So when they're in a fight, naturally they could just do things that they don't realize they're doing because of all that training when they was little growing up. So that's why once he faced somebody who have that type of training, he won't be able to do what he normally do against taxi drivers and stuff like that he was knocking out.
Yeah, because I feel like he could, do it for about 2 fights or so, but all the bad habits are probably gonna come back from that he learned.
Yeah, once he get hit, he gonna go back to
the wild, wide punches.
Yeah,
things like that.
Yeah,
but I wish him the best.
Yeah, me too, man.
I am a Wilder fan.
Yeah, I am too, man. But I just like, and I'm not like a serious diehard boxing fan, but even watching the first fight and the second fight, I was like, he ain't doing the same thing like he was. I just feel like you got to move around, man. You got to get on your bike and move and stick and jab. But I feel like he was really going for a straight knockout.
Or he could have had sex a couple of nights before.
And weaken his legs?
Or his water could have been spiked.
I ain't going with that one.
Listen, it's a big business. But that guy gloves his hand not to be totally in that glove and all them commissioners signed off. It's something deeper in that. It's something a lot deeper in that. Because there ain't no way your glove should slide off. It's impossible how many people check that tape and sign off on it.
I mean, I don't be agreeing with his conspiracy theories, but if you look at it, his glove was flopping everywhere.
And it ain't no way that should have happened. So somebody failed in that aspect. But I think Tyson Fury would have won anyway.
He would have won anyway if he didn't cheating or not, he would have still won the fight.
And he didn't have to cheat.
Or if Donte didn't have sex.
You think that's what it was?
His legs was all over the place.
He said that his drinks was spiked. Something.
And he also said it was
I've heard so many excuses from that camp, man. I heard the uniform he had on. I heard the boxing thing with the glove slipping off. I heard so many things. At this point, I'm just like,
so who's gonna win between Fury and Anthony?
Anthony ain't even an inclusion.
I don't see the hype around Anthony, man. I really don't.
Who's gonna win?
I don't see it because from the fights that I've seen, what's the other chubby Mexican guy that he fought?
Ruiz.
Yeah, I was like, I don't see the hype around it. You know what I mean? I think the biggest time for Anthony when Tyson wanted to fight. I mean, not Tyson. Dang, what's his name? We just talking about Wilder. When Wilder wanted to fight Anthony, I think that was Anthony's biggest hype when it was. But once he lost, I feel like nobody now want to even see him no more. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, he's just a big boulder that knows how to throw like a left hook.
Yeah.
Oh.
Joshua.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't see it. Like I don't see it.
I'm not a Joshua fan, so I'm just asking.
I don't think he could box. I think he just got power.
Yeah.
So who's your favorite fighter?
See, I'm old school, man. I'm old school. It was, for me, of course, Tyson, Sugar Ray. I like those fights that when he had with Sugar Ray and Marvelous Hagler. Mm-hmm. Those are my favorite fights. I like Earl Spence, like from New School. I like Earl Spence. Who else?
You forgetting one.
Kid Austin.
There we go.
Kid Austin. Those are my fights. See, I'm an old school, you know what I mean? Like, those back in the day is when I felt like it was less business then, and it was more about just I want to show everybody I'm the greatest. You know what I'm saying? Right. And that's what I look for. Now I feel like it's a lot of business, a lot of money be made, so a lot of people just fighting this guy because I don't know, it just looked good, or you know what I mean, for his record. Right. You know what I mean? So I want to go back to where it's like, no, you say you the best, I'll say I'm the best. Right. Let's get in there and fight. You know what I'm saying? Those are the fights that I want to see.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know. Have y'all heard that Mike Tyson supposed to be fighting Holyfield?
They got to get their cash. It's a cash grab. I hate them. They want to get cash.
This is pathetic, man. Come on.
And I can't talk bad about Evander. Evander always giving Floyd advice when he's seeing Floyd since he was a little kid. Evander been trying to school him with advice, so I can't talk on that one. I'm just glad they're getting their money.
I want fighters to just stop, man. Especially the old school ones. You know what I mean? Like y'all had your time.
But boxing is so whack right now. You need the old ones with the names.
I feel like people get more excited seeing the old people fight than the younger guys.
Did y'all see that Mike Tyson fight when he fought?
Horrible.
It was great hype leading up to the fight. Though.
Horrible.
Great
but
hype.
they old men.
Yeah,
they old men.
Yeah, man. Like I want some new energy. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm so excited about you, because it's like it's new energy. You talking shit. You calling motherfuckers out.
Calling everybody.
You know what I'm saying? That's that new energy. When you get old, it's like, all right, Grandpa. You know what I'm saying? Like I like that new energy where. And being introduced to a new fighter, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like that's when you be able to find somebody like, oh, I recognize, or I gravitate to that fighter, and I want to see him go through all his fights. I feel like that's where you get to the big fights, and when you got just diehard fans, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's what I like.
And that's why I respect Manny Pacquiao. Win, lose, or draw, he's in there fighting, and he come to fight, and he's doing it for a purpose. To help his people. So that's why I like him. He don't care if it's a tough fight. He's going to fight.
Yeah.
And I like that type of fight. And that need to come back, and that's what we going to bring back, a real fight.
That's what's up, man. Do y'all have are y'all doing your own, like, YouTube when you training and stuff like that?
Yeah. Give your Instagram and your YouTube and your Facebook.
Kid_Austin1 is my Instagram. Kid Austin is my YouTube. Floyd Schofield III is my Facebook. And FloydSchofield.com is my website.
Okay.
And so y'all can keep up there. We're gonna, like I said, gonna be posting up his fights so people can see his fights. We don't care if people call themselves making a game strategy to fight us. We not into that soft stuff, because when you get in the ring, it's gonna be a whole different game plan.
Yeah. So that's what I like, man, because I like to follow fighters. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm a fan of it, like I want to be able to be like, okay, he training. Almost like the thing that Showtime did with the 24 access and all that. That's what I like to see, the behind the scenes kind of stuff.
They stopped.
Yeah, I don't know why. That's a dope series.
We just started. We released the first one.
We got one
2 days ago. So we every week gonna be posting up so people could get into his 24/7 in his life.
Yeah,
we got a lot of people to call out. We still calling out Ryan Garcia. I know you heard us by now. We've been calling you out to get in
promoter
sparring.
texted me.
We don't have to beat you for your belt, but we done sparred all your peers. We want to see if you keep up. We'll tell you.
To be honest, if we do get these exhibitions, I want their belt on the line.
Nah, you can't get their belt on the line. Then they gonna run.
No, because if they really that confident, I want y'all to put y'all belt on the line. If you gonna take the exhibition.
Nah, just tell them put up their purse. Winner take all. But not their belt. Let them have their belts for a little while, because you still grown.
But they got a family to feed too. I just want the belt.
You'll get them in time.
Yeah. I don't think people.
So what do you think? Which one do you think? Winner take all of the purse?
Because I want them to keep their money, because they might have kids they need to feed, or a family, or a certain situation they need to get out of. But you always get another belt.
Yeah.
Like just if you that confident.
But the commissioner not gonna approve you with 4 fights fighting somebody with 25 wins. They're not gonna approve it. They just not gonna let it go through. It's the politics of it. They'll find some way to not fight you. That's what I'm saying.
Give your purse up then.
Yeah, I think when you start taking a man money, then that's when the dirty shit gonna come in. That's when you start.
They'll fight for their money.
Yeah. That's when the dirty start. But if they belt, I think putting their belt up on the line. If they that confident, you know what I mean, and they can always fight you again, and get the belt back,
but
right?
I ain't saying no names, but you got to get a real belt first.
Who don't got a real belt?
Devin, Haney, low blow. Oh my God!
Who don't got a real belt? Devin Haney ain't got a real belt.
Don't talk bad about that.
I ain't talking bad.
Cool.
I'm just saying with anybody, because like Ryan got a silver WBC. I think like you got to get a real belt first before. Like that wasn't towards Devin. If y'all took it as it, then it is. But just get a real belt first, because that would be nice to get a real belt.
So you saying that is too many belts out there? It's too many of these continental.
I mean,
belts,
silvers, yeah. Like
belts.
they just need like a champion and then the contenders. Like they shouldn't have that,
all these
belt
belts
underneath, and the super champion and then the regular champion
and the franchise champion
and the franchise, then
champion.
the email champions. It's a lot.
They have different like bronze, silver, kind
That's
of
what
belts?
it's like. That's what it's like. Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So when we be seeing people on TV with all belts around, they not all champion belts?
They're not all championship belts.
They just paying a sanctioning fee,
yeah.
a percentage of their purse. So that's the game that the belts be. You got to pay a sanction if you hold their title. You got to pay them a percentage of your purse. So if they got 20 different belts out there, they eating off 20 different people.
So
a lot of these people getting gamed and running around saying they champion when you just a slave giving up a percentage of your purse because you want to walk around with a belt.
Yeah.
Wow. I did not know that. I didn't. Wow.
So he's saying if he gonna fight a champion, he want to fight for the real
Like
belt.
a real
so
champion.
if he's paying his sanctioning fees, he's paying it for a real belt, not one of the other belts.
Oh, like
just to clarify for y'all listeners out
Yeah, not like a bronze. Right. Yeah, you want a championship. So who got a championship belt that you would want to fight for their belt?
We competing for the IBF right
Yeah, I
now.
want the IBF first. That belt is so beautiful.
And is that the guy who you mentioned earlier?
Joseph Diaz.
Yeah.
But I mean, he can't make weight, so
Whoever is in there, we coming for that belt.
I mean, but I did my research. Nobody, in the IBF is
nah,
like
you can't discredit them.
No, I'm not I'm not discrediting them like that. I'm just saying, like, I've studied the fighters in there, and no disrespect to them, but I don't think once I get up there on that level, they won't be able to compete with me, cause it's a lot of foreign fighters in that division. It's like a lot of Russians and people from Africa.
Yeah. Did you ever go to like the Olympics?
No.
No, he was too young, and so then COVID hit. Stop swinging the chair.
No.
Then COVID hit, so we didn't want to stay there because we didn't know if they was gonna bring it back, the Olympics, how long it was gonna take, and then he would have had to wait till he turned 24 now, because he was too young to make the 2020. He was only 17 when they picked the team.
Oh, okay.
Now I could have made it though.
But we not waiting for that.
Yeah, you already professional, like.
Right. Now they let professionals come in and fight.
Yeah, they let professionals go
in the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
really.
And the headgear's off. So why go through that shit for free?
Right.
Get paid for it.
Unless you just happen to win the gold medal and you come back to a multi-million-dollar contract.
That's the whole reason people go through. But you can make a $1 million contract within yourself if you know
blow
business.
up overnight.
And a lot of people don't understand that, so they think they got to chase the Olympic medal, and you don't. Just build your brand. Have the eyes on you. Now these companies going to pay you because you got the viewers looking at you.
Yeah. Yeah, because I always thought that was the road to become a professional. At least when I was coming up, I seen everybody, they go to the Olympics and then they turn professional, and now they this big boxing, and that I guess that's where you get the fans from back then.
We didn't have smartphones.
Yeah.
Now they could reach millions of eyes just from what's in their pocket.
Yeah.
They don't need the Olympics to reach across seas. Like, we didn't have that. So we needed the Olympics to get on those broadcasting stations to build our brand, to get the eyes on us, to make those $1 million purse. Now they walking around with it in their pocket all day long. So it's a whole new game now.
Yeah. That makes sense. All right, so man, I'm gonna get y'all out of here, man. The fight coming up this week is in Atlanta against who again? Michael Fowler. Okay.
He going to sleep.
What round we putting them to sleep?
You want to predict a round?
No,
yeah.
I ain't gonna predict one, but it ain't going past 4. No, it ain't going past 3. I'm gonna put it 3.
3.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
He do got experience, from the fights I seen. He do know how to, get out the way a little bit, but I'm gonna cut that off, so it ain't going past 3.
Man, I'm gonna come to Austin one of these days. I want to train with y'all, man.
That would be good.
Yeah.
Come on.
No, I don't.
Do it.
Nah, come on.
Don't do it.
They know how you pulling tires and stuff.
No, I'm with that.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm with that, man.
And you come in during summertime? Okay.
Yeah, just let me know, man. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna drive
He said he gonna
up.
work out something. He didn't say he was doing the whole workout.
No,
with
he
you.
gotta go through what I gotta go through, so
See,
he can come back and tell his
He
fans.
trying to make you go through a
You
3-hour
trying to make me
workout.
throw up, man. Damn. Yeah, I'm serious though. I'm gonna come down there and I'm gonna work out at least one day. You know what I mean? I just want to see what it's like.
Come on.
Yeah, and I want. Would you be able to show me how to, you know what I mean, put some combinations together?
Yeah, after we find out what style you use.
I don't know. I fight this way.
What the hell is that? That's your stance.
Oh,
That's
okay.
not your style.
What's the difference? Tell
Like,
me.
are you aggressive? Or
Are you a boxer puncher?
Are you like Mike Tyson, Ali, Errol Spence, or like Danny Garcia?
I don't know.
So he gave you boxer, puncher, outboxer, swarmer, slugger, or counter puncher. That's the 5 styles of boxing. You got to find out what style you in. Then we'll know what zone you in. If you in the correct zone and the punch is being thrown, I ain't giving him too much game.
No, we gotta get him in sparring first to see his style.
No.
See, I feel like I'm a counter puncher, cause like I want to see, cause here's the way I fight street fight, right? When somebody swinging me, then I look for the swing first, and then that's when I'm a counter
puncher.
Yeah, cause then what I've noticed is I'm getting on my street fight game. So when I noticed that when people charge you, they usually put their hands down, and when they coming at you, when their heads fall down, that's when you can really lean into them.
See, I ain't never had a
Really?
street
That's
fight.
what you do?
That's what I'm doing.
Oh.
I lost 2 fights in my life, man. I lost 2.
You got to establish that jab. And no matter, even in a street
In a
fight,
street
that is
fight.
your range finder. You got to keep something in their eyes, and you want that head moving. You want to be a moving target. So we got to fix up your
A
game.
bunch of shit.
Yeah, we ain't waiting to get hit. Oh no, we gonna beat you up from the beginning. You don't want to be no counter puncher. You counter them off of their counter, but
Okay.
you don't wait for it.
See me, I want to see what kind of I want to see, because most people that I've gotten to a fight with, they overly aggressive, and then I just take advantage of them being overly aggressive. You know what I mean? Because most people in street fight, they all swing wild, and so I'm like, okay, go ahead and swing, and then once you start swinging wild, I'm gonna back up. And once you start swinging wild and you start coming forward, most people start putting their hands down because they trying to run and try to chase you. And then that's when I just stop and
You hit him.
yeah, that's when I get all this bloody.
Okay, why don't you just hit him from the beginning and get it bloody?
Or pick up a rock.
No.
I don't know, maybe I'm used to fighting bigger dudes. You know what I'm saying? Bigger than me.
That mean they got a big stomach to hit. Make them throw up their lunch.
I mean, but you don't want to hit them to the body, and they
Yeah,
able
they gonna
to take
absorb
it.
they yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna show you when you come to
Okay.
Austin. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yo, man, thank y'all for coming in, tapping in with us, man.
Thank you.
Yes, sir, man. Yo, man, this has been the Tap In Podcast. Make sure you be looking out for Kid Austin. He fighting April 3rd in Atlanta. If you in Atlanta, make sure you go check him out, man.
That's right.
This has been the Tap In Podcast. Holla.